This week was a busy yet interesting week. I started the week at home taking care of some chicken issues, and I got a few things done around the homestead. And then by the end of the week, I was headed north for some R&R. Fall is officially here. Everything is starting to turn brown and my garden is slowly dying. It's amazing how much my garden has changed even since I filmed this video. But I am enjoying every moment that I can. Every little thing that I'm able to pull out of my garden still is really, truly a blessing. I really have a feeling that it's going to be a long winter, so I'm trying to just enjoy it. We have been dealing with a little bit of an aggressive hen. She's got BCE, big cockerel energy. Another issue that we had with our chickens is we had a chicken with a funky foot. At first I thought it was something called bumblefoot, but it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it ended up being mites. And I was just kind of checking it here just to see kind of what it looked like, and it definitely didn't look like bumblefoot. So I kind of decided to get some Epsom salts and put her in a tub. We actually have a tub from a while ago, and we just kind of use it for all of our chicken foot soaking needs. It's really incredible how many things you have to figure out and learn when you have a homestead. Charlie and I we didn't grow up on farms. We're really just kind of learning as we go. But I pretty much joke that I play a veterinarian on TV because that's how I feel, because I've had so many issues with this specific chicken. I think this was Lemon. So farming ain't easy, and I know I'm just in my backyard, but we have had to learn so much. I'm gonna try to do head.
Stop it.
Try to do head this way. Okay. When we bought this house, there were 3 arborvitaes in the backyard. They were pretty short when we first bought this house, but now as you can see, they are very large. And the problem with this arborvitae and where it is placed is it's kind of close to the swing set, although we probably will take that down pretty soon. But it is in the way. If you can't tell, I can't get through between the arborvitae and the swing set. And here's me grabbing eye protection for my husband. But the whole reason we wanted to cut this down is because my compost pile is kind of hidden in the back. You can kind of see it behind Charlie. I have another barrel back there, but it's really difficult for me to take big loads of compost out into my garden beds, and that was on my to-do list for today. We also decided to try out this solar setup that we have for my EcoFlow. My dad bought me this EcoFlow a couple years ago. It is one of my most used items. We just hadn't tried the solar panel yet, and since I use it a lot, I really wanted to see how the solar unit worked, and it worked really well. I was kind of surprised that the angle of the solar panels mattered as much as they did. I was really excited to charge it because really then it's free energy. So I am very frugal, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. I use this thing so much, and I like to keep it fully charged, especially for a situation like if the power goes out, which we have used this thing multiple times. And then of course, you guys know, what do you think my favorite thing to use my EcoFlow for is? It is for camping. So I'm sure you guessed that, but this isn't sponsored, by the way. This is just mine that I own that was gifted to me from my dad. Over the year or so of having some of my raised beds, they've really become compacted, and I've grown a lot of really heavy feeding things in my garden, like potatoes, peppers, tomatoes. So I really just wanted to get some of my beds top dressed and put some compost on top. The chickens, I don't let them free range in the summer because they will destroy my garden. But we have, I forget what we call it the jail. It was actually for our puppy, but we just put the jail outside and then we put the chickens in there. Then they can eat some bugs, get some grass. Oh, you have the camera on? I don't want to let it go in here.
No.
Well, I could go up here.
Oh yeah, go up here.
Ah, my ponytail's stuck.
I got it.
Okay. Should I put it on the ground or just?
Just kind of toss it there.
Yay! Woo!
My first piece of land I bought in Alaska, I didn't have cash for it. I did a contract for deed through the owner, and I was able to make payments, and they were about $300 a month.
When I go out of town in the fall especially, and I have a ton of produce from my garden, I actually like challenging myself to eating mostly food that I grew or got locally. And this whole meal, I think I grew or raised in my backyard. So what I ended up making was some fried potatoes O'Brien, which I basically just melted some butter in a pan, peeled and chopped some potatoes, added some onions and green peppers with paprika and then salt and pepper. And then I just fried that on kind of like a medium to low heat with a lid on. And then I also had quail eggs. We have quail in our backyard, so this is actually a pretty tedious process, but I did find these scissors. They're specifically for quail eggs, and I got them on Amazon. I'll link them for anybody that might also eat quail or raise quail. So if you do, let me know, because I feel like it's kind of a weird thing that I do and people think I'm very weird for it. So I'm just curious, but I love these scissors. It's about 3 quail eggs per 1 large chicken egg. The quail eggs do have a higher yolk to white ratio. I'd say it's like 50-50, where in a chicken egg it's about 1/3 yolk and then the rest is white. So that's the one difference that I personally have noticed. On a video recently, someone asked me what it is that I was running away from, and I thought it was a really good question. And what I said and what I feel is I'm not necessarily running away from something. Something that I struggle with personally is this constant connectedness to everyone. I miss the days where you got a message on your, whatever you call that, I don't even know what you call that anymore, answering machine, and you call them back when you get a chance. And yes, I do love having emergency services at my fingertips, but that's the main reason that I go spend time in the woods, is because I just want to disconnect. I think as humans, we are overstimulated constantly, and I personally like to kind of detox from that.